Hey,
Huh?
we got Didi today. And that's always fun.
That's right.
Ain't y'all some kind of lucky?
No. Is this your third time on what?
I think it is, yeah.
So,
Believe so.
I mean,
Number
I
3.
feel like, for Saturday Night Live, when you've been on 5 times, you get the special jacket.
We need like a Wet
Ooh.
Your Plants SNL like suit or something.
Yeah, the 5 Timers Club.
The 5-timer
I gotta go see if
That's an
there is
idea.
if there's a jacket on Printify. I can make a What the
I
Fish jacket.
know. I
Yeah.
mean, because
So
I
if
don't
you
think
wet your
anyone
plants
else
5
is
times, you
on
get that jacket. Yep.
Well, it'll
I have
probably
a
take that long
feeling
for y'all to actually extract some knowledge out of me.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a very low quality, expensive jacket.
Yeah. I imagine that, yeah.
Just like the
Low quality
information.
and expensive. Well,
I don't even know what the topic is, what we're talking about, but
The
we got
topic is
Didi,
Didi,
so
whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
We
it's
have Didi
true.
extract stuff from our brain today. People take advantage right now. We have them
Yep.
active
Ooh.
for 2 hours. So
I
whatever
mean,
you want to ask.
it's a good time.
Yep.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Y'all are in
But
for
you
a
got a
real treat because I
box.
have about 30 seconds of knowledge.
But
We can
Didi,
stretch that.
this is an educational party boat, and no one brings a party boat quite like Didi.
But
Mhm.
you know what? Speaking of education, when Wet Your Plants first started, my family knew this as I was in class. I sat here
Mhm.
with notes and I wrote stuff all
You
the
might be the
time,
only
and I
person to
did
ever take
The
notes
only one.
Yeah.
for this stream.
months of it.
I mean, do you
Sure
think
did.
Geek Boy is taking notes?
He did
Um,
write "test your water" in the chat, so he can take that as a note to go test his water.
He won't do it.
or maybe he's just telling us to do it because he doesn't.
No, he just doesn't like that the intro says "test your water" because
He feels attacked. He feels attacked.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys wouldn't mind indulging me, I have a package I thought we could open. So
All right.
this is a box of rare houseplants from my friend Lori Siriala. If you are a rainbow person, you know who she is. She's very, very famous. And she sent me a
I've
bunch
seen
of
her
houseplants.
on Facebook at least.
Mhm.
Yeah. She knows everything. She is so smart and she's so nice. And she sent me houseplants. So let's see what we have.
And I don't know jack about houseplants, so
I
you
mean,
could
I wouldn't
say
say
they're
I'm
rare, and I'd believe you.
super expert, but so, and she said she forgot to put the note with what everything is in there, so I have to go back to her message and figure it out. But I sort of know, so.
And even if you don't know, just say
That's
something
the point
random.
when
We'll
I get
believe you
plants.
because
I
we
want
have
the
no idea
names
what
in
they
the
are.
bag or on the bag.
All right, so this is not a house plant. What is it? Oh, it's a heat pack. I mean, it was 61 degrees today, so heat pack not needed.
Yeah.
But 71 degrees. So,
What is it here?
all right. Oh my God, there's so many.
69 degrees and storming right now.
There's so many things in here. All right, so first thing we have, it does say something on here. So this is Hoya retusa. So Hoya is.
I've heard of that.
I see James is in the chat. He's interested. So this is a rare Hoya, good for terrariums.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she gave me things that would be small and good for terrariums with some exceptions. And then this is another Hoya. This is Hoya curtisii, like Curtis. It's another really teeny tiny Hoya. So
Sweet.
that's really cool. And oh my God, she sent so much stuff. Another Hoya. She really specializes in rare Hoyas. This is Hoya australis. Kind of has ovoid leaves. I can't believe how much stuff is in here. I thought there would be like 3 things. All right, this is a cutting of a papyrus.
Ooh.
So a cyperus. Esculito. And she has directions. So this is a cutting from a plant that a friend of hers got at a Buddhist temple. So it's a special one.
Cool.
Which that's a really great pond plant, by the way.
I was going to ask you, is it one of those like boggy looking type fountainy?
Yeah, and I'll probably grow that out in my pond. This one will
Ooh.
get pretty big, I think. There are cultivars of it that stay a little smaller. So there's one called Baby Tut, and there's Prince Tut's a little bigger than that, and then King Tut is huge. And then there's a new one I haven't tried yet. I think it's called Queen Cleopatra, and it has a different shape. But yeah, these are all bog plants.
Nice.
No aquarium plants. These are all either house plants or bog plants for my pond. Oh my
Can
God.
all of them be grown out of your hydroponic wall, or some of them need to be like
Yeah.
drier?
Some of them
Well,
would get really
the
big.
papyrus will get so big that I
Mhm.
won't. Well, this is I'm a little stunned. I did not expect this one. So this is a famous plant. This is the pink princess. I think it's a philodendron. This is the one that was going a few years ago, like maybe around the pandemic, was going for like $200 or something a cutting,
Oh wow.
which it's gone down in price now, but still like, wow, I'm shocked.
Nice.
I'll probably grow this one out of my tank. So pink princess. Wow. Did not expect that. We're still going. She sent me so much stuff. Oh, vanilla orchid.
Ooh.
Wow. And she says,
Does the pink princess do just as well as pink flamingo?
Hopefully it does
Geek
better.
would like to know.
I think it does a little better. It does
Hopefully.
revert though, like pink flamingo. So
Oh.
yeah, so vanilla orchid, and she says to keep this one bagged until I can get it in water. I can keep it in water indefinitely. So I might grow this one out of my tank too. Vanilla
Cool.
orchid. So I thought there would be like 3 things. We're still going.
That's a good friend.
Yeah.
She
She
is a
loves
great
you.
friend. Oh my goodness. So this one is really cool. This is an orchid cactus. You can see it's got buds on it. See the
Ooh.
yellow?
Mhm.
Cool.
So
The yellow and orange, yeah.
this is a tropical cactus. It's like related to a Christmas cactus. So she thought this one would do well in a terrarium. So I'm excited about that. What else? This is another Hoya. She thinks it's Crovancy, but she doesn't know it's a little guy. Probably good for a terrarium too. I'll probably poke these into some terrariums I already have. This is empty. This is empty.
Big Steve said these are some high dollar plants.
She's a good friend. Okay. Oh, wait. So the thing I showed you before, I think was the Monstera cutting. So she sent me, it looks like Monstera Adansonii, but it's going to have leaves that are really, really long. This is the cutting for the papyrus.
Oh, well, yeah. So and that's
Yeah.
just a cutting, so it's much bigger.
Yeah. So it's a huge cutting.
Dang.
But that plant will get enormous. So, wow. Let me go back
That's
and,
nice.
yeah, wow. I was not expecting that much.
Is there going to be a new wall now? Behind you?
Maybe, I don't know. It angers me what a bad deal that thing is, because I have to like completely replace the pump and the lighting. But then again, like it does look awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, you could always just completely DIY the next one.
Yeah. But I have
Mhm.
stuff,
Or
right? So it'd be easier. But
Mhm.
I don't know. But I'll deal with those after the stream. But wow, what a gift! So good to
That's
make
awesome.
friends. So.
Yeah.
But this stream is not about me and my awesome plant haul. It's all about Didi. It's all about
It
But
was a nice plant haul, though. It's very exciting.
the terrarium plant thing is relevant to me right now because we got to figure out what we're going to be putting in Lillian's terrarium. We,
ooh,
right. 'Cause
she
you
got
the
a
gecko.
she got a gargoyle gecko. Actually, yesterday we went to a reptile convention. I've never been to a reptile convention. because I've
Cool.
never had any reason or desire to go. It's interesting. It was bigger than I thought it would be. It was very crowded, like more crowded than a fish convention. I guess it's probably on par with like the Aquascaping crowd, but it wasn't as Aquascaping-y. Like it was more focused on the vendors and hobbyists and not about like bros.
Nice.
Uh,
Where was
So an
it?
actual hobby event, not just a industry event. You wanna- Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like no egos to be found, no social media emphasis, just a bunch of reptile nerds selling their reptiles and reptile accessories and whatnot. So
Yeah,
it
and
was
there's
it's
such
pretty
a
cool.
vast difference on the different types. You know, you may have people just
Mhm.
like lizards, and nobody don't even want to go near the snake, part. So
Frog people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was it?
Is like a city called Gonzales, Louisiana. It's about 45 minutes ish from where we live.
Nice. Awesome.
And Big Steve is asking, is it a striped or reticulated gargoyle in red or orange? I don't know. Maybe Jenna knows. There were several places selling geckos of varying prices. It's interesting. It kind of reminds me of like seeing the coral vendors at Aquashella. I know nothing about corals, but I just see a bunch of blue lights and a bunch of corals that all look the same. But like you go to one booth and the prices are vastly different from the next booth. That's kind of when I saw the snake booths. I have no interest in snakes, so I just kind of bypassed those, but they all looked identical to me.
Yeah.
And Jenna says it has an orange stripe down its back.
Orange stripe. So that's the one she wanted, I assume. She picked it.
Yeah. I mean, there was several. There was one vendor had a $300 gargoyle gecko, and then the other places had a $150, $125, various prices. But I think the one she got was 125.
Cool.
But yeah,
that's nice.
Nice. So you
Jenna
guys are
said we just let Lillian pick one that she liked.
nice. So are you guys gonna build a terrarium together?
I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing in that regard, but Brookley does, and she has a spare 20 long. We bought a conversion kit, which is like you take the 20 long and then you put it up on its end, and then you silicone like this panel with a door to the front of it, and then it turns into a terrarium.
Oh, nice.
Cool. A tall terrarium.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we bought substrate and stuff that we needed. Brookley's got some supplies. We bought springtails and
you bought springtails. Oh, I would have sent you some.
I mean, they were there. Josh's Frogs was one of the vendors there. We picked some up there.
Mhm.
And then also some what's it called? The roly-polies.
The isopods, yeah.
Isopods, yeah.
Fun. I've never seen my isopods. I got a culture of dairy cow isopods and I put them in my biorb. I have never seen them again. I mean, I think they lived, but
Hopefully.
I
don't
saw
got
one
some
the other
cheap
day.
ones.
That's how I know mine. That somebody is still alive in there because you don't see them much.
No, I mean maybe they come out late at night, but the lights go off there at midnight, and then I usually go to bed then. So I don't.
Well, if you're eating crap off the bottom, you probably don't want to look at it.
Yeah,
it's true. But well, that's cool. That's a fun project for you guys to do together.
Yeah,
and it opens up a whole new world of plants, Stephen.
It does. I'll learn a little bit more about terrestrial plants. We did pick up a few little ones that I don't know the names of at the event, and Berkeley has some moss. We might go to the local nursery and look at some other stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll be learning some stuff too as we go.
Yeah, and you can find a lot of things at the garden center or at Home Depot. You can get clearance house plants, and for you, you can find a lot of good stuff just outside. Because most of the stuff I would find is temperate, but for you, it's much more all season. So you can, I mean, and Brooklyn loves to forage, so she can
Mhm.
collect you some little things too. Or you could go outside and do it, like you could go outside. It's a thing you
I
could
think
Remember
do.
the time
Steve's
that me
trying to get
and
us into breeding them now.
yeah,
Get the female started so she can mature. Males can breed younger. You'll have a male soon enough.
I mean, she can pay for her college.
Oh, Lord.
But Kelly, you remember when you and Roxanne and we did a like a private thing where y'all kind of built the terrariums and I
Right.
learned to build mine at the same time. I'd never done that before. It started in that 2-gallon jar, and then I got
Right.
a smaller terrarium thing, and now I have a double the size of that one. They just grow, but you learn a lot. And the one Roxanne did, Brian went out and collected everything
Did,
that
yeah.
went
And
into
those,
her tank.
yeah, and those were temperate plants too, and they've done okay. So, you
Sweet.
can go out and collect stuff. Geek Boy says, Kelly's so funny. Go outside. I mean, you go outside. We've seen the videos.
Now I have harvested some moss from outside for this one and trying. And I
Yeah.
did pick some plants up. I brought some pennywort in from one of my bogs because it was still alive. It
Nice.
had made it through most of the winter, and I think that was the only plants that I brought in. But they're doing great.
Nice. And pond season is ramping up for you, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, things are really like around here,
You
things are
do,
starting
yeah.
to grow a lot. Like, I probably need to start fertilizing my lily. Actually, I should probably
You should
divide it.
divide it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should divide it, and you'll probably get like 5 or 6 plants that you can give to other people. And yeah,
I should have divided
Hmm.
mine, but I threw the caps to it yesterday or this morning early.
yeah, you can divide it later too. You can divide them at any time, usually spring or fall, but you can divide them in the middle of the season too. Like they're pretty hardy. So
It's
yeah,
getting a new home this year.
nice. Yeah, I'm jealous. I mean, we have this fall spring here. It's 71 degrees right now, but it's not going to stay this warm. Like, we're getting below freezing again. So, yeah.
We
That's the
might
only
have
thing that's
another
holding me
freeze.
back. If it wasn't for that, I'd be out there right now.
Yeah,
My bloody
there's
dock has
the
already popped
Time.
up out the ground. I'm ready to snatch it
Mhm.
out and put it back in the bog.
Yeah, it's my favorite time of year. It's like, I just got catalogs in the mail for ponds, and I'm like, ooh, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. And yeah, but I gotta wait. I can't really plant anything until May.
Well,
yeah. I think if I tried, we'd have that frost that comes like before Easter ish.
I think your last date of frost is, I think you're zone 8, right?
Zone 8B or 9A, something like that, right on the border
Let's
there.
assume zone 8B. You might be 9A now.
Last year we had a hard freeze the day before Easter.
Yeah, that's a freak thing though. So you are 9A because a lot
I
of
think
things,
freak things are becoming like less of a
More
freak
common,
thing and
yeah.
more like just the
yeah.
way things are now.
But those hardy water lilies, they're fine with the frost. Like they're hardy.
Yeah.
So zone 9A, when is your last frost date? Last frost date is, oh gosh, February 1st to February 15th. So you
pretty
can
much.
you can plant whatever you want.
Well, when is mine?
Well,
And don't ask me which one I'm in. I don't know.
what's your
I just wet my finger and stick it in the wind. That's all I do.
What's your zip code, Didi?
28540.
Hopefully
Now the
that's
rest of your address, please.
Well, everybody has it. And guess what? Oh, speaking of stuff, look at me. Now I'm not the only one that's going to be at the class without them.
She's 8A,
Ooh.
I think.
You're 8B.
You have
You're
stickers
8B.
now.
Oh, 8B.
I have
Ooh.
stickers.
Yay.
Oh,
good.
Oh, I love your new logo. So you're zone 8B. So actually, you're fine too. You're cleared too.
All right.
Sweet.
So you know where I'll
So,
be in the next couple of days.
I know, fun. Have plan all kinds of things.
If
Those
it
stickers
stops
can go
raining.
on the Fishfam link table at the Clash.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
'cause that's a new thing this year.
Brooklyn, a
me?
lot of there was just this year, the USDA reclassified the zones. They do it every 10 years based on current climate data.
Oh,
And almost everybody's zone changed. Mine didn't because I was just on the border of 6A, but now like all of Indiana is in 6A. So that's why you thought it was 9 or 8B because you've been reclassified. So if there are plants that you want to try that are 9A that you've been kind of on the fence about, you maybe could do it. So, but it's still
Coro, welcome back to membership.
Welcome,
welcome.
Cora. Thank you. I see the only reason you remember is
And
to
Mark
further spam the
just
baby shark. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Mark. So welcome to membership. Mountain Greenery, Dennis Christensen, Passing Wind, Benjamin Peters, and First Class Fish.
I mean, the plant farm needs to really get into overdrive.
Yes.
It's plant shipping
It
season
is.
too.
I
Like,
mean,
Well, he's got that new
Yeah, we'll
fancy
be,
light, so it
boxing
can
up.
earn its keep.
we'll be boxing up plants to tonight for another batch now.
nice.
Speaking
I
of
mean-
lights, I did order another light today.
Is it the weak aqua
The
or
4 foot? Yeah, the 4 foot weak aqua for the 90 gallon. Because
Cool.
after
And you
seeing
can
the fish, I want to see the rainbows under that light. They deserve it.
Am I gonna want to put Chihiros on this 92? I think I'd still need 2 fixtures.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what this weak aqua
Yeah.
does compared to. I just have 2 fluvels, so I think it'll be the equivalent at least.
I hate that app for the Chihiros. I hate it. But you're gonna teach me how to use it, so maybe I won't hate it as much.
It's not so bad. Just like I have it set, and I don't really plan to mess with it too much unless I have to.
Yeah.
You mean I'm gonna have to upgrade from my fish tank lights from these?
I mean, they will grow plants. I have used the ring lights
Yeah.
on a cylindrical thing before, so
The purpose of the ring light is so you don't have to wear makeup to stream and you look 10 years younger. I look much older than this in person.
That's not true because I don't look 10 years younger and I got one shining right in my face.
You don't have it close enough. I have it like blaring at me.
So maybe that's I don't want it too close. I don't want to scare everybody.
see when you get the ring light and you put it too close, especially for people that wear glasses like us, you get those rings reflected on it.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you line it
Yeah.
up correctly, it lines up with your eyes, and then it looks really creepy. So
Yes,
that's why.
we used to have
Ring
a
lights don't work
streamer
with
that
me.
did that, and the whole time I was watching the lights in his glasses.
I have glasses, but I only need them for distance. So I need them to drive. Like I wore them when I spoke at the Clash. I need them to watch TV, but I don't like them for close stuff. So, I mean,
I
I
have my
probably
lights
when it don't
high
matter
up.
if you like it or not.
Like here, you can see the reflection right there. I have to look at them at the right angle because they're up high and they're shining on the green screen.
Maybe that'll be the new
mine are
look.
clipped to the monitor. So, because I have the monitor, I have my laptop up on a stand, so the camera's up high, so that way you can see my fish. So, gotta see my fish.
Oh yeah, I haven't even showed you any of my fish, have I?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here to
We
learn
want
about
to see
Didi.
your
So
fish. We
Mhm.
want to know all that you're up to, Didi. Like, we want to know what's shaking in the fin den.
Well, lots of things have shaken. It don't mean it's good, but I'll shake something up in a heartbeat.
That's right. It's never standing still.
I ain't afraid to mess it all up.
That's right. I love that.
Done it so many times. Except I can't figure out how to work OBS tonight. Like, what's up with this?
I don't know how to use OBS, so I don't
The
know.
right picture won't come up. Or maybe I never finished uploading now, and that might be the reason.
Hmm.
I was trying to get some new ones on there today.
Oh.
So, because I
I mean,
don't,
you
I
have
don't
so
really
many.
have a reason to show my tanks.
You have so
How do
many
you-
projects, Didi. I can't even keep track. Like, you have so many things you're doing.
Well, things are changing around here because projects are slowing down because I am slowing down.
I
That's
have
okay.
things
Yeah,
on a
can't get-
list to do, but not actually doing them.
Yeah, but that list
So-
keeps growing, right? And then never cross things off.
Yeah. How do you get rid of the glare from the ring light in your fish tank? I like just overhead. Like I don't have any lights that face a fish tank when I'm filming it because it doesn't work.
I think that for photographing fish, Gary Lang always recommends what is it? Like a remote handheld flash, so you can like just highlight an individual fish and take pictures. And he does take good rainbow pictures, so that's what he does.
Now, for the normal people who don't have a camera with a handheld flash and they just have a smartphone, what you do is instead of keeping it parallel to the glass, you keep it at a slight angle, and then it'll never catch on to because it will never bounce back into the lens. So the sensors.
Another tip is you could actually clean your glass.
Well, that too.
And then you
all this
break it.
stuff,
Because I did have a dirty glass, and then trying to clean it, they had new glass. So I'd have been better off
no.
with a dirty glass.
Wait, was it an existing tank like with
How did
water?
you
in it?
break
What?
You know, the lids that come on these little box
Oh, you're cleaning the lid.
square boxes.
Uh-huh.
I took it in the kitchen and was cleaning it, and while holding it, I guess I'm heavy-handed, so
I could see myself
it just
doing
broke.
that.
Yeah.
I did
And it's
break
like,
one trying to
dang.
take it off the hinge, like that black hinge on the glass lid. I broke a brand new lid doing that.
I'm always afraid that I'm going to cut myself taking those out of the plastic dividers.
What I do is
definitely afraid
I
that
take
my
a razor
foot
blade,
will
just run it across the
Yeah.
center, and then I just split the two pieces apart, and then I take the black strip off. It's much easier that way.
Yeah,
I was overconfident because I had taken the hinge off of some that I had in use for years, but those get a lot
No,
looser.
it
But
has
the
to be a
brand new
new
ones are
one,
really
yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
So
I'm just terrified I'm going to slip my wrists. So
Grant said, "May I donate a gift card for the stream? I've opened the store back up today. That is excellent news.
Oh, nice.
And
so
yes, you
nice.
may. I very much appreciate that. And in fact,
Aw.
whatever amount that you donate, I'm going to match it for a giveaway.
And you know what? I'm going to match it too.
And you know
sweet.
what? Grant is the one that made my stickers.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. So we'll give away lots of Crayfish Empire.
Hell yeah.
That's right. We're so glad you're back, Grant. And
Mhm.
I'm so glad you're starting to feel better. That's awesome. You do your physical therapy.
Mhm.
Do it.
Keek said, test my water, go outside, clean my glass. Now I know I'm being attacked. You say anything about talking to strangers and I'm out of here. Would never go that far.
This is off topic, but so I recently, for my yoga studio, oh my God, Jeff, the
Holy
plant
crap.
farm is
Oh my-
straining at the seams.
Oh my
Plant
At
farm
goodness!
this point,
exploded.
everyone's getting one cell of a leaf. This one. Like,
Jeff,
Good Lord.
you madman, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, you son of a bitch. Man.
Ah. So I was going to
You
say,
better crank up that light.
so at my yoga studio, I did this yoga challenge for February and I won. And I won a free month of yoga. And I was like, I'd really love to give that to a friend, because then they could do yoga for free for a month because I already have an unlimited pass. But then it occurred to me, not one of my friends wants to do yoga. No one.
Yeah,
None
good
of
luck
my
with that.
friends here
Yep.
wants to do yoga. Not
Now,
one.
You told me about this yoga that was like basically just lying down and doing nothing yoga.
Yeah, yoga
That sounds
nidra.
Oh,
good.
I want to do that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, yoga nidra. So yoga nidra is sleep meditation. So what it is it's to get your body to rest while your mind is wakeful. So
I do that every night.
you
Me
well, but
too.
but like but the ultimate goal is that like you're not you're concentrating on your body and not on your thoughts. So
Well, I kind of do
Steven's
that because
face
I'm not
froze
comfortable,
in
so I'm
slightly,
shifting and all that.
in a
So I am
funny way.
concentrating on my body. Who knew I was a yoga expert?
who knew? No, it's just like it's a lot of like focus on your kneecap, your shin, your calf, the top of your foot, the bottom of your foot, your big toe, and then like shifting your focus between those parts rapidly, and it induces a state of like kind of like meditation, and you're just it's cool the way your brain feels, and then you just eat. I mean, if you're tired, you'll just fall asleep. So I do think it would be good for you.
I'm very good at like lying in bed and then my brain just being totally 100% awake.
Mhm.
You should try it though. I think it would be really good for your brain in lots of ways. Also, I think it would be really good for your ADHD because it's good for focus.
Now, I used to have to go to sleep with those, what is that, binary, what do they call it? The beats?
The binaural
Um,
beats.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. I used to have to go to sleep because my brain didn't want to shut down because I had to be up at 3:30, and I was always like, I hope I don't oversleep. So
Yeah.
your brain is already locked into waking up, but yet you got to go to sleep. And
Oh,
so I
man.
used to have to listen to those just to
And
make
that
me not
helps
pay
you.
attention.
So my mom, she's a retired nurse and she worked 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. She just had a half a Valium every night for decades. I mean,
I mean,
just,
that'll do it.
I
Yeah,
know.
if I only had some.
Way to go, Dot. Where
Bob
can I
Steen
get
Fott,
some
member.
Hey.
Looking for French toast.
I love French
Sometimes
toast.
we have French toast when Jenna does breakfast for dinner, which is
I love French toast.
awesome.
I love French
Me too.
toast. But I wouldn't think Bob would because like there's no meat in French toast.
But
But it's not
anytime
like
we're
a
having
pie,
French
so it should be
toast,
okay.
it's implied that bacon and sausage is going to be with it. So
I just have French toast with French toast or some berries, like
But you have to have bacon or sausage to swirl around in the pancake syrup.
I mean, I do like bacon and sausage, but I don't have to have it. Like I don't have to have it. So, but shark fin says no, Kelly. No, no,
Just
no. You will eat bacon and you will like it.
It's one of my favorite foods.
It's a pretty good food. I mean,
what, bacon or French toast?
Mhm. Bacon.
She says both.
Yeah, I mean all the
Bacon.
above.
I mean, I think my favorite breakfast food are waffles. I like waffles.
Mm-mm.
Just like Leslie. Nope. I'm team
Pancakes
waffle.
are better than waffles.
I like
will-
pancakes too, but I prefer waffles, I think. And I have a waffle maker and I make waffles at least once a month. So
I made beignets the
time
other
for you to
day.
make French toast.
Since y'all talking about it all a week, I had to make some.
So what?
Did you have like a carton full of
Good.
powdered sugar? To
I just
dust
made
on
them
top?
like hush puppy style. So you can just pick
Yeah.
one up and just shove it in your mouth and keep on going. Lots of powdered sugar though.
Mhm.
I find that the shape of the deep fried bread doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
I'll
I
taste
mean,
the
it's bread,
same.
it's deep fried. I mean, what's not to love?
and it's covered in sugar. What more do you want? I mean,
Yeah. Darlene wants to know what chart you're using to tell the areas in the zones.
So what I would do is just Google your zip code and grow zone, and it'll take you to the USDA's site. That's what I would do.
I tried to open the USDA map and my computer like almost completely locked up. So
They're busy this
gonna
time of
not
year.
do that.
Yeah, you want the
Yeah.
USDA's app. So Yeah, and they all changed this year. I think I want to say in January they revised it. So, and they do it every, I want to say 10 years, but maybe it's every 8 or something. And a lot of people in the United States, their grow zones changed based on current climate data. So,
The USDA is a good resource for a lot of stuff with plants.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, definitely,
not just grow
definitely.
zones, but even with aquatic plants, they're a good resource on knowing what you can and can't keep in your state. And
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. So, and another good resource is your local extension, your state extension.
Mhm.
So, and they'll have information on like what your grow zone is and like when you should start seeds for your climate and like when you can like plant your tomatoes and stuff like that. So, your local extension. Ours is out of Purdue. When I was in Iowa, it was out of Iowa State. So, look up what it is for your state and they'll have information.
Look behind me.
Look at
Would y'all
that.
have seen
Ooh.
that 4 years ago? Look at all that green.
That.
Nice.
Nice.
So, are
All
you
the
cutting
comes
all your
from-
tanks with RO water now?
So I am, yes. I'm going to back off on some of it.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to get simple. But all this comes from people like y'all. Because when I
Aw.
first got aquarium plants, I couldn't even grow water sprite.
And look at you now, Didi.
Guppy grass
now you've got
would
all
not
sorts
grow
of plants
here.
growing. Yeah.
Look at
And
you,
it's like,
Didi.
I mean, y'all have taught me so
Aw.
much.
I'm so glad. Well, we all started from nothing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we just did it, especially for Myrtle and I, more years ago. So, but
Yeah, I mean, my first live plants were just random crap I got from the fish store that I tried to plant in just like colored gravel, no root tabs. Didn't
And
go
I've even
well.
learned a
Didn't
few
go
names,
well.
like maybe 5 plants this year. If someone wants to know how to make sure he checked the accept gift thing.
I don't know
So
how to do
it
that.
usually happens whenever someone gifts memberships. As soon as someone gifts memberships, if you don't have it turned on, another pop-up will be right below saying, "Do you want to receive gifted memberships as well? If so, turn this toggle on." If that doesn't appear, maybe you have to leave the stream and come back. Sometimes that helps. If none of those work, I think Geek knows a way where you can go and find a setting in your settings, but those are the only 2 ways I know.
Yeah, and it does work on an iPhone because I've
Yeah,
done
it'll
it
work
on
on any device, yeah.
yeah.
Android,
So it's not like
iPhone,
you need your laptop.
desktops, yep. But you have to have a regular YouTube account, as Matt pointed out, not a branded account. If you have a branded account, you
Oh,
cannot get gifted memberships.
You know what else you can't do if you have a branded account? You know how like they've been letting channels gift their own memberships? I can't even do that.
oh, that
Hmm.
sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Jenna
Get
could
what,
do
10
it.
a month to give away or something.
Yeah, I don't got them. Can't do it.
What's the point of that? Because you would think like places like the co-op, they're a branded channel and like they would want to give away 10 memberships every month. I mean, they do anyways. They always give away memberships.
Yeah, they just buy their
like,
own. Yeah.
Yeah, but they would probably like to give away 10 free. I mean,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that's dumb. I guess Jenna could give them away, but it's not her channel, so you'd have to buy them.
And Matt just came with an update
Sucks.
saying he doesn't think the turn on gift memberships is a thing anymore.
Oh.
That might be. I haven't had to toggle that for a while, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Steve, I think Corey just buys the memberships himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because he gives away a good number of them. I mean, they're pretty generous.
Because I know Roxanne gave away some last week or the week before. So
Oh, yeah. So Roxanne must not have a branded channel, and I guess apparently Rico doesn't either because he's given away.
Yeah,
his-
it just means the reason mine is branded, it's not that not because like I'm a company or that I'm a YouTuber or anything. It's because I made this account before YouTube was purchased by Google. And so this
Mhm.
account wasn't even tied to a Google account at first. And then when it purchased Google, it made me tie an account to Google but it allowed me to keep this account as long as I linked it to a Google account, but it's not directly tied to a Google account. It's convoluted and dumb.
Okay. So, yeah. So that wouldn't be an issue for me because I made mine in like, I don't know, I think 2012.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube was already Google's property.
Yeah,
for
it was,
that.
yeah, it definitely was. And that's why mine is my name, because I didn't know you could have it be anything else. And my Gmail is
Yeah, I
also
think that's how it is for everyone who creates their first online account. You either go your full name or a completely random set of words put together to make a username. Yes.
yeah, and I don't want to change it at this point because whatever. I mean, people know my name, and what am I going to change it to? I don't really care.
I changed mine right in the middle of
Cat
everything.
Kitty Donor is a good username. I mean, it's what you have in Discord.
That's true. I mean, maybe I'll change it to Myrtle Sing.
I will come at you.
I mean,
for
I
that.
didn't know you
I
get
own that
different
name.
names. So
I'm gonna change mine to I Love Didi.
That's a good one.
you
too,
can
yeah.
do that.
It's pretty good.
Because I've already decided that if I'm ever in need of wives, I'm going to marry you and Jenna.
I mean, you can do work.
and Shelby.
Oh, I mean,
So you all have roles that you have to play.
I guess. I mean,
I'm not going to work anymore.
I mean, we would have a good time.
Jenna's going to keep us fat and sassy, though.
I mean, it's what we need.
All right, so I made a giveaway for a $25 Crayfish Empire gift card. Grant is donating one himself. I'll match that with a $25 gift card, and Kelly, you said you would too. So
let's do
we'll
it.
be doing 3 gift cards, 3 different people. I'll
Yay!
spin the wheel 3
Awesome.
times.
We're celebrating the return of Grant. Yay!
Didi, where'd you go?
I'm trying to find my video. They won't play. And I checked them all out this morning.
You cut off your head, Didi.
It might be a good thing. This just ticks me off. I spent all this time uploading all these videos this morning. I woke up 4 o'clock to do this now.
Oh gosh, Didi.
I
didn't
don't know
know
why
they
Once
it
it's
won't
uploaded, it's always
show.
in there, so you can rotate that for whenever you want in all of your streams now. So once
That's
it's in, it's always in there.
Oh, Brookley says, "Don't leave me and Annette out, Didi." Brookley wants in on this sister wife action.
Well, you know, they're going to have to work for things, so that's all I can tell them. But Brooklyn's a pretty good cook too, I understand.
She is.
I think
Brooklyn
Annette can hook.
knows how to
She can heat stuff up in a microwave like nobody's business.
Brooklyn knows how to fatten a person up. If I were to hang out with Brooklyn on the regular, I'd probably weigh 50 pounds more because Brooklyn just she's a pusher. When you eat with her, she's like, try some of this, and try some of this, and try some of this. Let's order another one.
Otherwise,
I mean, you're only here once a year.
Had like 4 babies.
It's true. No,
trying to get all of Louisiana into a couple of days is going to be really hard. So I mean, I can see why.
Yeah.
Jenna and Brooklyn. Yeah.
I mean, nobody wanted to do yoga with me. Just nobody.
I would do yoga if I lived near you.
That's true, and I would give you that month of free yoga. But you are pretty far away. But none of my friends who are here, if they would already be doing yoga if they wanted to. I've already gotten all the friends to do it. I can. Nobody else wants to.
I could never learn to stretch this far.
Does your yoga group offer remote lessons? I mean, I'm still not going to do it. I'm just curious.
They do. They do have classes over Zoom, but I mean, I wouldn't say they're very popular. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, that would be perfect for somebody like me.
It's true. I just don't think that, like, if you want to do remote yoga, it's probably better to find something that's only remote. Because the ones that are hybrid, I mean, they're really just meant for people who are in studio, and it's like taught a different way. You know?
Yeah, they don't have it honed to be just for remote people. It's more like filming a in-person class.
Right. And it's harder to, like, when you're in a the style of yoga I do, they don't have someone demonstrating in the front. But if you're in a class, like there are people who will know what they're doing and you can watch them, but it's really hard to see that on camera. So yeah, it just doesn't work as well. But someday my friends will want to do yoga. Someday.
Kelly, you remember when you sent me that Monte Carlo?
Yeah, how's that doing?
Well, a lot of it floated.
It does that.
Yeah,
And-
that it does. If you don't keep trimming it, it'll float up. Yeah,
But that little video that was just on here, let me
you can see
take
the
that other
stuff
one
floating
back
and
off.
dangling. Yeah.
I can't tell if that's pearl weed or if it's look, now it won't play. I took the
It
other one
looked like
off.
Monte Carlo because they had rotund leaves and not like long.
Yeah.
And
rectangular
it's
ones,
growed up
so-
out of the water on my betta log, and it looks
Oh, yeah,
really,
it
really
does that.
cool.
Yeah, it's a weed. Like it's hard to get rid of. To keep it rooted, I really recommend, and I learned this from Bentley, glass plates. Just
I
keep it-
use glass. I use my feeding dishes that I bought for shrimp that I'm
Mhm.
not using. I just turn them upside down. But something that I have done this past week, I now have 7 tanks that do not have shrimp in them because I'm cutting
need to
back
buy
because
shrimp.
it's so much work. And guess
Yeah.
what's going in them?
Monte
Plants.
Carlo.
Plants.
Bunch of Monte Carlo.
And maybe like a betta, something just to live in
Ooh.
there
Oh,
with
yeah.
the plants.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
That's a good idea.
Or you could get
That's-
some like some little nano fish, some like some scarlet baddis or something, or some I don't know, some chili raspboras.
I ordered
And
some
I
nano
am
fish from Dan the other day, but they're going to take a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I should be getting 3 more fish tomorrow. I haven't gotten the shipping notification, but probably any minute now I'll get it. So they're replacements. My streak ended at Dan's. I had some fish die. It was sad.
Oh, Keith says he has some bettas. Yes, this is an old 55 stand that it's like, okay, let me see. I'm a reuser. And it's like, you know what? I can set these little tanks on top of that. And then it became tanks on the bottom too. So now a 55 gallon has 5 smaller tanks on top and a 10 and a 5.5 on the bottom. But it's like, I hate to
if
throw away
anyone knows
something.
tanks into a small space, it's you, Didi. You have so many your
I've
engineering.
got
of your
40
fish
tanks
is-
in this one room. 40.
Yeah.
God.
I
can't
wonder
can't
if you
move.
would find fewer larger tanks less work.
You would, but now I've got so much invested.
Well, yeah, that's
I have
true.
to stick with them. So
Mhm.
you know what? I'm going to take one and maybe do Monte Carlo in it and just leave it Monte Carlo and just let it grow. And then when I become a big girl and I'm going to do a real scape, I'll have like a whole bunch of maybe Monte Carlo, and one of them will be this and one of them will be that, Bacopa, whatever. And that way I'll have plenty to choose from. That way I don't do my normal, oh, here's an empty spot. Let me get this plant from, somebody and stick it in that hole and see how it grows.
I'm still doing that. That is still my MO is like I get new plants, I stick them in holes.
Yep.
Well, you look
That's all
look
we're
at my
doing.
tanks. That's all they are. That's all they are. But they look okay.
The pros all have farm tanks. So Josh
Yeah.
Sims, who is like probably the best aquascaper in the world, he has 4 tanks, or I think it's 5 tanks. 2 of them are like real scapes that are in different states of progress, and then the rest are farms. Just so he'll always have lots and lots of high quality plant material and then he doesn't have to buy anything. So
Yeah, if you do stem plants, you kind of have to if you want to keep that main
Mhm.
display looking good.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about getting a CO2 bottle for this rack, and one of my 22s that I built that has become a plant farmy type tank with corridoras and my rice fish in there, so I can pull plants out as I need them.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned, you don't mess with roots and disturbing that substrate with carradine shrimp. You just don't do it. So
yeah,
there won't be any shrimp in any of these tanks. But I mean, it worked me to death last year. I was in here every day. It was like, and if I missed a day, I had to work so hard to catch up. And I'm just tired. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to enjoy, like, I want to make some more hides like Ed showed us, but I don't have time. I run out of time in a day. You know, because I have a kid. I have a
so
husband.
busy in retirement.
I've been trying to join yoga for 2 or 3 months, and I don't have time that I can say I can go every night at 8:00, you know, whatever you do. So I haven't been able to do anything. So I'm cutting back, and I'm going to enjoy the tanks of shrimp that I do have. And I've recently, in fact, I've got an order coming from Grant and Shelby on the way, I think. But it's going to be mostly quiet tanks that require little care. That's why I like the betas, because you know they're more forgiving.
Yeah.
And just go that way, especially for the summer. Wintertime, I don't mind spending a lot of time in here because it's warm in here.
Yeah, I agree.
Summertime, it's hot in here.
Oh God, no kidding. I really like easy care plants. I don't grow hardly any stems. I think I have 2 stems out of all of mine. And I don't trim hardly at all. I mean, I do water changes every week, but neither of these tanks have had a big trim since I rescaped them back in November. And they don't need it. I mean, they look great. So I only do big trims with escape like this, maybe twice a year, 3 times a year. So, you know, easy
I'm getting
care
to that
plants.
point.
Yeah.
Where certain tanks, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of doing the maintenance on them.
Yeah, I don't mind doing water changes and cleaning the glass.
Yeah.
You
Water
know,
changes are easy on big tanks or fish tanks.
I don't want to be trimming and replanting every week. And I don't have to with this kind of plants. These are very easy care plants. So
my problem is even if I have to, I don't. And so then I come back in a month and like, okay, well, this has shaded this out. Well, I lost this plant. This one looks like shit. So, you know, I got to keep rotating out new stems and replant the tops and uproot a bunch of like leggy crap.
Yeah, that's the state of my tank right now. I have a picture with somewhere where I can show where the tank looks completely overgrown, and I don't know how many things have shaded out other plants because I haven't trimmed the tank since January 24th. Well, before January 24th, because that's when I moved in, and I haven't gone home since. And everything I have is a fast growing stem plant, especially in the background. So the foreground is most definitely shaded out.
Yeah,
I don't have half of my species. Yeah,
I don't have anything that's difficult to care for now. Everything is easy care. Dwarf hairgrass, I've trimmed it once since October or since September. It doesn't need to be trimmed often. Whereas Monte Carlo, oh my God, you got to trim it all the time. So everything is easy care. And
hey, we missed real quick. We missed someone new in chat. I didn't want them to feel ignored. When we have a lot of people talking on panel, we sometimes don't get to see everything in chat. But we have someone new, RD Reds, new name I haven't seen before.
Oh, hi, RD Red. Nice to meet you.
Welcome in.
Welcome. We love having new people.
Yeah, sorry if we ignored you. Yeah, we generally
it's just
we get to people on like, but with a guest on panel, sometimes we ignore chats.
Yeah.
So
well, Red, let us know if you have tanks.
That's true. And
do you like plants? Do you keep plants? Yeah.
We need to know because we're nosy like that.
We like to know how many plants and how many fish and every like specifics of everything. So
yeah.
Also tell us your zip code and your credit card number and your social security number. Like,
we're really big into identity theft.
That's right.
Steven collects addresses. I collect social security numbers. Some people in chat who like phone calls, they collect your phone numbers.
I want to know your grow zone, apparently.
Did you want to answer Whip's question about yoga?
Because I want Whip to do yoga. So I started doing yoga like 10 years ago because I had back pain so bad I could not walk. I had a very severe back injury, and I am entirely pain-free. As a 46-year-old woman, I have no joint pain, I have no back pain, and I am strong. So I think that's a good benefit. I think there's also a lot of good mind benefits. It makes your attention span better. It makes you feel less angry about things. It helps you deal with, any trouble you're feeling in your life. It gives you perspective. So I think there's a lot of that. But I started it because I had horrible physical pain, and now I don't. And I'm really strong. I mean, for a woman, I'm not as strong as you are, Whip, but I'm very flexible and I have a lot of core strength. So I think those are the benefits. And I think that Whip, you would feel you would get a lot out of it. So, but none of my
I'm
friends
broke down
would
and
know
I'm
it.
very strong, but
That's right. You're strong, but you would get more flexibility.
now after the stream the other night, I had a handyman coming over Friday, needed to get in the attic. And when I built that 125 stand and replaced, because Tony was out of state when I moved that tank and replaced the new stand. I just didn't want to wait 3 or 4 days for him to come back. So I did it by myself. But apparently, sometime in shifting, I had moved it over just a smidge, like a smidge, and the ladder couldn't come down and unfold all the way without rubbing on it. I was scared, he wouldn't be real careful and might break it. So I drained that 125 after the live stream, pushed it. Now Tony did help me some, but I got on the floor where I could put my back into it. You know what I mean? And we had to move it over like an inch. That gave us plenty of clearance. And then I filled it all up, and I was done in an hour and a half.
Didi, you're like an ant. You're so strong.
Thank goodness, even though my back is broke, I still have good legs.
So, and that's good. But yeah.
See, and if I'd have done like Alex on Fathom Aquatics and put these giant wheels on it, I just could have gone and just pushed it. Where was he a year ago when I was building the stand?
It's his fault. It's his fault.
He needs to come and put wheels on these things for me, since he didn't show me before. It's
I
unfair.
didn't even know they made wheels strong enough for the weight of some
They do.
things.
Casters can hold quite a lot of weight. So
wouldn't it be hard on
I've
your
heard.
floor? I mean, I guess
Nope.
it depends on what kind of floor you have, but you also have to make sure your floor is level. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep the wheels locked down so your tank doesn't.
He
go
has
on
a
its own
video
journey.
on what kind of wheels. Oh, so
Okay.
yeah, and he has floors that he lives in an apartment. So yeah,
our floors are, other than our tile, our floors are screwed anyway. We have wood laminate flooring, the cheap stuff we put down after the flood, and I've got water on those floors so many times that
I have the original wood floors that from this house. This house was built in 1911, so I have really
nice.
I think they're made of oak. I mean, they're pretty strong. So
well, these floors are ruined, but the hot water heater got them. So everything else I do to them doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I'm in the clear. I'm in the clear.
I mean, that's a good feeling. It's like, oh well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I'm gonna be replacing it anyway.
That's right.
This stuff we put down ourselves, and it was like 70 cents a square foot wood laminate. Like it's the I don't give a crap wood laminate flooring.
Well, you guys just had to get your house put back together so you could move back in. I mean, you had your kids were little and
Yep.
Yeah, that was tough times. I mean, so Fathom Aquatic says, I am your wheel ambassador. I like that.
Nice.
And Sarah asks if she can put casters on her butt. I mean, I like that idea.
You can, but it would be better on a chair because on your butt there aren't enough spots to keep up 4 wheels or 5, however many you want properly.
I think
so you
I
have to
have
build a rig for something. You need a rig for something to keep it. So, but that also means
I think my butt's a 5-wheeler. It's not a 4-wheeler, Myrtle. It's pretty big.
Now I used to have wheels on my bed. And not like that, but because I made it myself and I made it high enough that you could put a full size one of them big totes underneath it. But it was so deep up in there that because I had a headboard that I also made, so it went beyond the bed, but I had to move the bed so I could get to the front totes or either crawl underneath there. So I just put it on wheels so I could move it back and forth to get the totes out.
I had wheels on my bed too, and we had to take them off.
Well, you have to make sure they have a lock on them. That's all
they gotta have a lock.
They didn't have a lock. This is just like last week's waterbed discussion.
I knew to put a lock on the wheel.
Apparently, we talk a whole lot about bedrooms, plants, and
Food.
random crap. Food, yep.
Yeah.
It's an educational party boat. I mean, what is it?
So I saw above that Zen also would like to match the gift card giveaway. So we're going to be giving away
Oh,
4
nice.
$25
you,
gift
Zen.
cards to Crayfish Empire.
Well, thank you, Zenny.
I see 28 entries, but there's 57 people here. So if you haven't yet, hashtag Crayfish Empire for a $25 gift card. Right now,
Empire.
it's like a 1 in 7 chance of winning.
That's pretty good.
It's
Well, that's
really
awesome
good.
that he got back to work as soon as he did, being
know.
that
Yeah,
he had the problems that he
definitely.
did have.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that you're doing better, Grant. It's
Yeah, me
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
You listen to that physical therapist. You do your exercises.
He's been very creative with his tape.
Mm.
You know, I mean, and not in a bad way, but back when I was still being a correction officer, I had plantar fasciitis, and I actually taped one of my feet up every day because I had to stay on my feet all day.
Wow. So
And I didn't want nobody to see me limping, so by taping it, I could kind of balance on the balls of my toes and just let my shoes barely skim in the heels.
yeah.
And that's how I walked.
Didi, do you find
12
it
hours.
hard to be barefoot?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yoga's
Yeah,
good for that because you're barefoot the whole time. And you develop a lot of the small muscles in your feet and your ankles because you do a lot of balancing poses. And so your feet get stronger, but it would hurt at first. It would hurt.
It took 2 years, and that's what the research that I did said it would heal itself in like 2 years. I went to a doctor and everything, but nothing. They gave me some inserts,
There's nothing
but
they can do.
nothing they could do. But like
you
in 2
could have got
days,
it
2
out,
years, it's
but
like all of a sudden it was like it was done. Like it didn't hurt one day, you know, and it was killing me the day before.
Oh, it's awful. The best way to prevent that though is to being barefoot is a use it or lose it thing. Like, because you lose strength in your foot muscles and agility and flexibility. But you had a job where you were on your feet so much.
Well,
like I've never you're like a nurse practically. Like
I think I heard it at the gym. I was doing calf raises, and I had a lot of weight.
That'll do it. Yeah.
And maybe, I did the 1 foot thing.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything at the gym. It was the next morning when I went to get up. It's like, it took me like 12 steps to be able to put weight on it.
Yeah. And people don't work out barefoot at the gym, which for good reason. Like you don't want to drop a weight.
I used to work out heavy, so that's where the guns come from.
So strong, Didi. So strong.
It's leftover muscles, thank goodness.
Yeah,
They're going away though.
You develop a lot of big muscles, but not all those little tiny muscles in your feet and your ankles and like your soleus. And so then you're over strong in parts of your leg and then weak in your feet.
Well, see, I grew up country. We didn't wear shoes once school got out.
Yeah.
We didn't even wear shoes when we went to town. We went to stores barefoot.
Yeah. And June said she's barefoot all the time. I love being barefoot. I mean, I'm barefoot right now because it's not cold. So, but I have really strong, flexible feet. So I'm fine with it. Big Steve says he hates
basically barefoot. I'm
neuropathy. That makes sense.
I'm barefoot like most of the time, but not barefoot, but I'm wearing socks. Just because I don't sensory. I don't like feeling stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's fine. Like, especially, if you don't like the feeling of it. But
and right before retirement, I had surgery on both of my feet. They were in bad shape. So that does not help with being able to do anything else later in life with your feet. It takes away so much flexibility and feeling. So
it does, And
I have to really think where my foot is at when I go to like climb up steps.
Yeah, and when you don't have pain, like you take a part for granted. Like I don't have pain, so I don't think about it. But I have had back pain. I have had serious back pain, and I don't take it for granted. Because I know.
I mean, I bodybuilded for like 2 years and get ready to go in my very first competition, and a car hit us.
Oh my
and just ran straight into us, never stopped, and took me out for about 2 to 3 years of
Yeah.
pain like I couldn't believe. My neck was off and nobody knew it. And
Oof.
let me tell you, when there's been some dark days, I know how dark anybody's day can get because I've been there. And
Yeah.
it was only by the grace of God that I'm here. I'm telling you, there's only that reason.
There's nothing like chronic pain because you feel like such a prisoner to it, and you can't see a way out of it. And I have so much compassion for anyone going through that because it's so hard. Yeah. I would like to see pictures of you in your bodybuilding shape.
I don't have any pictures.
Oh!
None.
Oh,
I don't even think
yeah,
I
I think
have
you're
I
lying.
had a camera back then. But we had one of those it was a Kodak, but they copied the Polaroid instant thing.
Mhm.
And so Polaroid sued them, and then you couldn't get film for it anymore. And it was in those time periods that happened. Back then, a camera was expensive,
Right. Yeah, I don't have
And,
many pictures of me from
all my money went to horses and saddles and stuff like that back then.
back
But
then.
it's
I
like
had no money.
my waist, I have a belt that I'm telling you, my waist was like, it was not as big as my head.
You're so tiny, Didi. Like you can't really tell from
No,
on screen.
I'm like
you
10
come
times
up
bigger
to
than I
here
used to
on
be.
me. You come
My
up
little
to
waist
here
was
on me. You're so
nothing.
little. What you don't realize if you haven't seen me is I am kind of large. Like I'm 5'10". I'm a large human being for a woman, I guess.
She's a real woman, y'all.
But
you know what I did
do?
Roxanne's booby massager that she showed us. I ordered me one. It should be on the way. It should get here Tuesday or Wednesday.
I'm intrigued.
Put it on your neck.
Explain more about this booby massager.
Steven's like, I'm
It's this
interested.
thing that goes around your neck like a mink stole, one of them things that drapes over. And it has those, what do you call it when it needs?
Yeah.
And it needs, but it has lights, infrared lights and heat.
Uh-huh.
And so when she held it up, it was moving and it looked just like red boobies.
So it's not to go on your boobies, though I guess it could.
It would probably hurt if you put it on.
It would feel great. It's for your neck, so I guess you can put it around your legs.
Tony can't keep he can't keep up with the program, the assignment, Keith. You know how that is.
Usama says he's 5'8", so I'm taller.
And Usama is going to be also matching the giveaway. So that's 5 $25 Crayfish Empire gift cards given away at some point. And there's 34 entries. So that
your chances are good.
That is let's do the math here. That is a 5/34, 5 and 34. I don't know, like 15% chance, something like that.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good too.
Good. That's right. We're just so happy Grant is doing better. And people need their shrimp foods. There are a lot of hungry shrimps out there.
And snail foods, because that's where the snail cookies are coming from.
That's right, the famous snail cookies. So,
and if you've never had a snail cookie, you haven't lived yet.
I haven't. I mean,
my snails like them.
Yeah.
No, didn't you try some of the snail food?
I think you ate a snail. You ate something from Grant's store for one of the Newlywed Games. Or Hey Fish, one of those, yeah.
Remember back in the day when you and Jenna, one of you would have to eat something?
The Hey Fish tube, wasn't it called? Where you would, yeah. Steven's blocked it out.
I'm trying to think. I know I had Rapashi.
Yeah.
Rapashi was the worst.
God.
There was one of those green pellet things that you ate as well. I forgot what it was. It might have been a snail cookie, I think.
Was it grub pie that you had?
That's
I'm pretty sure it's a snail cookie.
No.
There's limits.
Or Snella or something like that. So Jenna just popped backstage and changed our background. I don't even know what the background was.
Thanks, Jenna. Could you like pop backstage and like help me get my taxes together? Because I haven't done that yet. Or you
I already
know,
got our
I could use the help.
I got our tax refund, and
Oh
that's why I'm
yeah.
like, I'm gonna order a Chihiro. I mean, a weak Aqualight.
I'm
Oh,
gonna pay a
jealous.
whole bunch of money in. So, but I gotta get that done this week. I gotta do it. I just have to do it. My accountant is gonna be mad at me if I don't.
I've got
So,
to start mine too.
yeah.
I don't know why I'm procrastinating. We saw well, somebody told us that the murder trial was on the docket for this week. So I went online because the DA's office has not contacted us, and it was on the docket for today.
Oh,
So we thought we were going to have to go to court and just
yeah.
but Tony called down and it was like an administrative type thing. So we were prepared for that.
Yeah.
So I busted a hump all weekend to get ready because I knew I might be gone a few days.
So when do you think it'll be? Like, I guess you have no way of knowing.
He said July-ish.
Okay. July.
They said that before too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's
we
hard
will
to
see.
hard to make plans with that, Like,
I
cause didn't
feel
you
like,
admit?
was it for the last clash you thought you
Yeah.
were gonna have to go?
We pulled out from going to the Triple Crown
Right.
That's what it was.
because
Yeah.
it was supposedly going to happen then, and then we registered for a clash, but then we got the C disease, and so this last year I said, look, once I book this, they're gonna have to do some changing because I'm not changing again. So that's why we went, just hoping it wouldn't come up, and of course it didn't. And now, here they are looking again. It's like, okay, but I will be going. I'm sure we'll be either through it or it
Yeah.
won't have started yet again. I mean, I've already booked my room, bought my tickets.
I mean, you got to be there. I mean, Annette will cry if you're not there.
And I have stickers.
You have stickers.
I gotta go.
Everybody wants a Didi sticker.
Yeah.
I mean, I should make Fat Kitty stickers. I have
You
an
should.
idea.
Yes, you should. Yeah.
Definitely.
I have an idea.
Grant can help you right out.
I know. I have a vision, but I'm not very I don't have any artistic acumen. So I have to
Well,
work.
have Fat Kitty draw them. Let's see what he comes up with.
Fat
And
Kitty.
then-
Hey, he can charge on a charge card to be sure he can draw a picture.
Put some
I mean-
ink on his paws, let him walk around.
That's an idea.
I mean,
Fat
Fat
Kitty
Kitty
sticker.
he doesn't have any awake acumen. I mean, he's just not. I don't even know where he is. I think he's upstairs. Like,
I
Sleeping
remember
probably.
back in the
he even got
day
out of bed.
when I got my income tax thing back, I always got something big for the yard.
Mm,
It might not be big to some, but like a new swing, like a wooden
Yeah.
swing or a water fountain, something that I couldn't afford normally. I would spend it on something nice, or sometimes a lawnmower if that's what it took.
I
but-
mean, I don't get a refund. I have to pay in a lot because I own a business. So tax time is not that fun. Zenny
Yeah.
says I should make Fat Kitty in the city stickers with him breathing fire. That's a really good idea.
Good one. Alishon
hot
says Susie
stuff.
Q is having a sale on stickers.
Oh,
What's her website?
nice.
I think it's Mugged by Q. Is
I believe
the
so,
name of
yeah.
her website?
She does a great job on cups. I know that because I bought
Mhm.
She
several. from her.
does. She sent me Christmas ornaments
Mm.
because she was my secret Santa. She's such a cool lady. I liked her a lot. I got
Yeah.
to meet her at the clash and she is so nice. So Keith says he hasn't done his taxes either. It's hard to he had to pay in last year, not looking forward to it. It's not fun. I always have to pay in. I mean, I do quarterly payments. I recommend that to every business owner. Do a quarterly payment, make your life easier. But I always have to pay in because my entire income is through 1099. I don't have any W-2 clients this year. So, and I can only write so much off for my business. I mean, I do my best, but it's my entire income. So I always have
Yeah. We went to a few dinners, and you pitched medical writing to me,
I
and
did. I mean,
I had to decline,
someday.
unfortunately.
I mean, but maybe Lillian will want some documents written. You don't know. So, I mean, I do try to write off a lot. So
Well, maybe you could start doing some writing for fish magazines.
I mean, I could. Did those pay at all? I don't think so. I mean,
I've
I'm
written
not
for the
opposed to writing
AGA.
articles.
They they fluctuate between paying or just giving you like a 2 months worth of their magazines. So
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
gave my 2 articles, they just gave me 2 months of magazines. So
Oh,
technically, they owe me 2 more months because I gave 2 articles, but they haven't sent us yet.
well, that's good to know. What were your articles on, Myrtle?
One of them was on Ludwigia lacustris, I believe, and the other one was just makeshift tools to make for a planted aquascaper. Like
Oh,
things
that's
that you can,
cool.
yeah. Forgot what the second one was. I think it was that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind writing articles for, for education purposes, for service. But honestly, I like talking more than writing. I would rather give talks than write articles.
And I would rather write it because then I
Yeah.
know, like, I can go back and change things I wrote because I know I
Yeah.
sound stupid. If I'm talking, I can't take back what I've said at the talk. So
Yeah. I like talking because then I can answer people's questions right away. So
I like
like
talking and then editing.
well, that's good too. We all have our things. I mean, if any club wants me to come speak, like I'll come talk to your club. I can talk
And
about
she gives
stuff.
an excellent presentation. I will have to say, I
Mhm.
enjoyed those, both of them.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Didi. I had a good time. It was fun, and who knows? Maybe I'll speak the class someday again. I mean,
Speaking of words, in one of Stephen's songs, he told us to learn what's in your water. Was that 2-3 years ago when that song
Yeah,
came
for the
out?
chemistry of
So
your
I learned
water.
about my
Yeah.
water only because Stephen said to do it in a song. So I did learn,
Yeah.
and Lord knows I changed my water ways, and not only that, but my water source has changed, and it's way, way, way better. My TDS comes in on my RODI sometimes at 2, but I can't depend
that's
on it, but
yeah.
sometimes it does.
That's pretty good.
And so it's like I got to check it. So I'm going to start using some more tap water.
Yeah.
But then I thought, you know what? She told us I've learned about some terrarium plants. It's like, even though I knew a little bit about plants, I never was good with terrestrial plants. Some of them made it, some of them didn't. But I've learned something from that because of words that you have said, all of you have said throughout all these live streams. So I've learned kind of to keep some stuff alive in there. And then like in even just gardening, I pick up tidbits, from gardening, but Stephen needs to do a song about aquarium plants so I can learn them and and say them and put a picture up and everything. Stephen, I mean, make it like plant song for dummies type thing.
I mean, the
That's the way
ryming
it
was
needs to go.
really hard in that.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
Well,
Scientific
that's his
names.
problem. He has an English degree. He can do it.
if anyone could, it would be Steven.
Use that degree, Stephen.
Use the force.
Yeah, bog plants. I've learned a little something about bog plants, and now that I can plant, Keith, look out! I have grown to 4 bogs this year.
I love
Plus,
it. Oh,
Nice.
the Lotus has its own fancy new container that's been
love it.
reworked. So there'll be 5 things with plants coming out this year. So now it's like, oh my God, I can't stand myself. I can't hardly sit still right now. I am ready.
I mean, it's time for you. Like tomorrow, you can be out setting stuff up. Like
I don't know that I'll wait till tomorrow.
You don't have to.
I might go look at something tonight, just like okay.
I love it.
But I can probably order my plants tonight.
You can, yeah. My biggest lotus problem last year, and I've never had this problem before, aphids. Just destroyed everything, the aphids. So this year, and I can't spray anything, of course, because of the fish. So I'm going to try planting trap crops around the pond. So they will eat that instead of the lotuses. So
it's very common in
like the marigolds
vegetable
and that
garden.
kind of things.
Yeah, apparently nasturtium is a really good trap crop, and you grow those from seed. They're really easy to grow, and if they don't get riddled by aphids, you can eat them too. They're very pretty. the flowers you can eat. You can put them in your salad.
Yep.
So,
They look kind of like a rocked out dandelion.
yeah, they're orange and yellow. They're really pretty. But
What
I've
about
got to do
deploying a bunch of
something.
ladybugs?
I mean, I tried it, but they all flew away.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
like,
screw it. I
"See
don't like it
what?"
here.
I'm like, "You've got
Yeah,
plenty to drink and plenty to eat.
I
Why
mean,
don't you
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure
around?"
Kelly has the best backyard in all of Indiana for the ladybugs, and they still decided to fly away.
I know. I mean, it could not be a better backyard for them, and they still flew off. So I tried, but I'm gonna try
So
trap.
if you're a ladybug, just know Kelly is doing something to shoo them away. So don't go to Kelly's backyard. She has something there.
I mean, we have lots of good insects in our yard. We have tons of bees, and I went outside today, and we're getting some summer bulb or spring bulbs are popping up. So dwarf iris popping up, which is a month too soon. It's crazy, but there were bees buzzing around them. So the bees are
Oh,
saying,
Zen said you
"Hey,
have to
I'm waking
spray the
up."
plants with ladybug nectar. They won't stay otherwise.
What's ladybug nectar? I think you made that up.
Well, so people who are just coming in, hashtag Crayfish Empire. We're giving away 5 Crayfish Empire gift cards for $25 each, and I'm probably going to spin in the next couple of minutes. And I'll just go ahead and spin all 5.
Nice. So Kalish suggests I release them at night when it's cooler. I mean, it wasn't a very hot day when it was a cool day when I released them, but yeah, that's probably a good idea. They just didn't stay. They didn't stay. But that's a good tip. So, yeah. Yeah, Didi,
Well,
you
I've
can
moved
be
my garden
we can
boxes and
get
everything
everything
closer to the
together.
ponds this year.
Nice.
So
That's nice.
everything will be closer for me.
You know,
It's basically
Stephen, now is
homeowner
the
fees.
time for you to go shopping for your pond too, because your garden centers are going to have lots of stuff in stock right now.
We don't have a lot of pond stuff in our garden centers here.
Yeah, but like
It's like
things
I
that-
have to go several hours. I go an hour one direction in one way,
Yeah.
and another place is an hour direction. Yeah. The only
But
thing
there
you
are
can
a lot-
really find here are what Lowe's carries.
Yeah, but a
So-
lot of things that will work in a pond that aren't labeled as pond plants. But now is the time for you guys to go to your garden centers because they have tons of stuff right now. If you wait, it'll be so picked over. There won't
Yeah,
be.
we
Yeah,
need.
you don't get. They
We
don't
got to
get
go
but a
get the
few.
terrarium plants anyway, so
Yeah.
might as well start going pond
It's a
plant
good-
shopping.
It's a good time to look. And if you want me to we don't have FaceTime, so I don't know how you would do it. Like I guess over Facebook Messenger.
Messenger can do.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could do it over
that's what I
Messenger.
use.
Yeah. If you want me to go shopping with you, I will. I did
Yeah,
that with
Boy
Kelly has
Matt.
done that
saying-
with a couple people, so yeah.
Geek Boy said
Well, I
spend
got
6
most of my stuff from
times.
Keith last year,
What a geek
and
voice.
he's got a $50 giveaway going on now. For every $50 you spend, you get entered in a thing to win $50. So it's perfect
Ooh,
timing for me.
Nice.
Geek boy. He's throwing in another 25.
Nice.
So
Thank you.
Now
Keith.
I got to think about the logistics of this. Because when I
Oh.
said I was going to match, I was just going to like buy the gift card and directly send it to the winner.
that's what
I-
that's what I was gonna do too.
Yeah,
I
so
was
I
just
guess
gonna do-
each spin can be someone's gift. Designate this
Yeah.
is for someone's gift card. Have them email that person. Because with Grant's site, you can just buy the gift card and have it sent directly to the recipient.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
that's nice. Yeah.
Thank y'all all for doing that.
Oh, we're just so happy that Grant is doing better. Cool.
Indeed.
Too cool for schoolies says, "Holy giveaways, Batman!"
yeah, really. I started this stream intending to do 0 giveaways.
You know, you never know what will happen when you have Didi on panel.
Yep.
You just never know. Anything could happen.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
You're gonna get copy strike, Steven.
I don't know what's the easiest. Then I honestly don't.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I was gonna do that too. I don't, or
Uh,
maybe
ju-
I don't know. So Geek Boy says it's probably easiest just to buy the card on his site and send it that way.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. People
Yeah.
just have to like put email address, like yeah. Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Well, we'll
We'll
get this. We'll
figure
get
it
the
out.
6 winners first, and then once we have the 6 winners, we'll coordinate the sending of the.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say like the first spin will be Grant's gift card that he's directly donating.
Mhm.
I'll just spin them in the order of gift card donations. I think I was second, Kelly was third, and then
Osama
was
came in, then Zen.
Zen. Wait, was
Oh,
it Zen
Zen.
or Zen? Then Usama, and then Geek.
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah, we'll tell you what to do, Zen. We'll figure
We'll
it
tell
out.
him what to do. Wait, does Grant say he says he has a PayPal and get to send someone the codes to distribute if needed? We can do that. Yeah, Grant, I
Yeah.
could just PayPal you
Yeah.
cash.
Yep, let's do that.
Let's do that. Okay.
PayPal is the way.
We'll just
Yes,
PayPal
but
Grant cash.
we will still need the emails for the winner. So let's have like maybe have so everyone send their emails to send an email to Steven so that Steven
Yeah.
has all the emails, and then we distribute those to Grant
And then Jenna will distribute.
or Jen.
I'm just a realist.
Jenna didn't sign up for this.
She didn't. Man, she's the best.
I'm still confused as to why she came backstage and changed the background.
I
She
didn't
didn't
even
like
realize that the
that
background changed because like,
I saw her
yeah.
backstage. I'm like, does she want me to bring her on panel? She can do that herself.
I mean, she can come up. I mean, she's one of Didi's sister wives. She can come up.
Yes, right.
So
And she's the boss, so
That's right.
I'll just do what she tells me to do.
I mean, it's usually the best idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta have
Before
somebody
we-
knows what's going on,
that's right. It's
Somebody's
not going to be me
yeah.
either.
Before we spin, Nathan had a question. How yellow is the yellow on drop checkers? Like the gap from green to yellow, does it go right from green to yellow?
No.
there's a
No,
gradient.
it's a
so
gradual
yeah.
shift. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's everything
dark
from like
blue,
the deepest blue to the like lemonade yellow. It can be
like
anywhere between
pea
there.
yellow.
Mhm.
Well, or pea, yeah, but lemonade's a better.
I mean, it's a reference we all know.
Yeah.
Well, with pea, and also you gotta consider that everyone's pea's color is different depending on how much
But
water you have and that
nobody,
they have.
if you have green, if your pea is at all green, see a doctor.
Well, something's wrong with you if your pea is green.
See
So
a doctor.
yeah,
Like
lemonade's a
your pea-
consistent yellow. So
if you have blue pea, you have porphyria.
or
which
you've had methylene blue added to your food, which happens. Which
Right.
don't ask me how I know, but if you prank someone with adding methylene blue into
Okay.
their brownies, they will pea blue or green.
Yeah.
Technically, you can mix it with the pea, but yeah.
If you have porphyria, though, so that's King George, Mad King George. They had porphyria. He went mad because of a hereditary metabolic disease, or maybe his
Wow.
wife.
Or was it
just eating
syphilis?
blue. No, it wasn't syphilis. It was porphyria. They've tested his genotype, so they know it was porphyria. The royal family is very inbred. It's
Yes.
very, very inbred. And as a geneticist, my professional advice is that you shouldn't marry your cousin. Don't do it.
Or your sister.
That's right.
Oh,
Don't do
yes.
it.
No.
Or your brother.
Okay.
That's
Good
right.
advice.
I have good advice.
Grant's wanting to know, are we up to his and 5 matches? Is that
Yep.
what you're
Yes.
up to now?
6 total winners. Yes.
6 total.
Now the question of like how yellow should your drop checker be?
It shouldn't be
that
yellow. It
depends
should be the
on-
greenish yellow. If you
Should be
have
green.
fish
Still
at least.
greenish
If you
yellow.
Like
Yeah.
if you've got hard water, the like yellow with a tinge of green, like you should
Yeah.
still be able to see the greenish.
As long as your fish aren't gasping. If your fish are gasping, you've gone too far.
Yeah. Because I've had some
Nope,
that are
no,
kind of yellowish, but like they're still a little bit like I get uncomfortable if it's fully yellow because I don't know once it gets yellow, it's just yellow. It could be like death yellow.
Coro asks, is it jaundice yellow or this yellow?
Oh Lord.
Whip says if your pee smells like colon, it's likely you were too drunk to differentiate your Old Spice bottle from your rum.
Mhm.
I feel like that is based on experience. Am I wrong?
If
Whip?
you can drink some Old Spice, you're tough.
Oh.
I hate Old Spice. I think it smells like a rotten cantaloupe.
It used to smell good back in the day.
There's
But
different
my
scents.
grandfather wore Old Spice, so I can't really think of it in a sexy way. I mean, it just smells
Yeah.
gross.
When I
Are we
worked at
ready?
the shirt factory, we had a mechanic that wore it, and he wore it better than anybody I've ever known. But when he would walk by, you would see the women go and catch the whiff of air behind him. His wife worked there too. She even laughed so much at that.
Rachel, oh my
They
God.
always do it.
Rachel points out that colon and cologne.
Yeah, because I read that as colon the first time.
I read it as colon too. And
I went back and I cologne.
I'm like, if your pee smells like a colon, it's because you have a fistula and you need to go to the doctor.
And he did say colon.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
So
Lord.
Nathan says I have hard water, so a bit of yellowish isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not as long as your fish are fine. If your fish are not liking it, then you know it's bad. But if your fish are acting normal and not reacting to it, then it's all right. I would rather it be a tinge of yellow than it be like blue green, because then it's
Yeah, and your water is
not
hard.
Mhm.
Like you need to inject way more CO2 than we do. I mean, I guess I don't know your KH, but if it's anything like the rest of Florida, they have crazy hard water down there. So,
Coral is created
Alrighty.
Empire, not empires.
Wait, Coro is on the wheel, so
all right. Are we ready?
Now,
Yep, I
how are
think
we
so.
doing this one?
It's not wheel of you lose.
Make it spin, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 6 spins.
Wheel of you
total.
lose would be pretty complicated because either you spin it 30 something times 6 times, or you have to wait and then remember to count. Remember the last 6 people. So,
but you
we'd
can
obviously forget the last 6 people. We'd spin to the last person, and then we're like, oh wait, we forgot to remember the first, like the 5 people that came before. So, yeah.
Mike Coral Works says you need to enter.
Yeah, J Rock as well just hopped in. So
yeah, J Rock
just
popped in. Hey, did y'all see that little lotus behind me? Is that what that is? A little dwarf lotus?
Oh yeah.
You know how they go up tall?
Very
and
tall.
I clipped it like y'all said, so it don't go away to the top of the tank. And that thing has grown like 3.5 inches tall, and it's about 12, 14 inches wide.
Yeah, you got
it. With a shrimp to hide.
They get enormous. That's why I got rid of mine, because it was taking over my entire 90-gallon.
Yep,
I've never had one
dwarf
grow
lotuses
like
where the
this.
leaves are like that big a piece, like just not the ones floating, the ones underwater. So
yeah, and I was trimming them every single week, and I don't want to do that. So also they send runners all over your tank.
Oh yeah,
the shrimp are loving it. I've seen babies.
I think I've gotten rid of all of mine.
I think I
maybe
finally
like 1 or 2 runners still left, but
yeah, I recently pulled one, but I think that I haven't seen one since. So I'm hoping I'm safe, but I probably am not. So
the shrimp in this tank are red nanoseas from Crypt Keeper.
Nice.
Oh, Annette just came in and she entered. So
Bluefish.
Bluefish? Do I know Bluefish? I don't know. Hello, Bluefish.
I've seen Bluefish around. Well, yeah.
LJ?
Yeah, I mean, we missed a ton of people coming in. I feel bad, especially when someone new comes in. They don't know the dynamic around here, and they just think that they're being outright ignored. I don't want people to be ignored. But like literally just the chat goes by, and like I miss 2 out of 3 of their messages.
Aww.
So Nathan says that his KH is 80 ppm. That is not that high. So that is how many degrees? Hang on. 80.
4,
Yeah. Well,
4 or 5.
4.7. That's lower than my KH. So that's not
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah. So shoot for yellow green. Good enough. But just watch your fish. Just watch your fish. So yeah, your KH is, I thought your water was way harder than that. And you have lots of GH, which is fine.
And your NO2 is 20. That's night. You don't want. Oh, and then NO3. Never mind. I read that as. I switched the numbers. Yeah, for I panicked. I was like, 20
like,
ppm nitrites. No, that's not good.
You shouldn't have that. No,
Yeah.
you're not. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Yeah.
All right. See you then.
I didn't know you lost your purples, Didi.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had 4 from the ones that I bought from Tim at the Clash. I ordered some more, had them in a new, bigger tank. And about a month later, I added the existing 4 that I've had since last year. And every last shrimp I had died that tank. Every last one of them.
That sucks. You know, I lost my tangerine shrimp. They didn't die. They just never bred in my water and they aged out. I maybe have 1 or 2 in there, but they just, I don't know. They didn't like my water. They never bred the tangerine tigers. So,
now, those purple nanacies are very expensive and I won't be ordering anymore.
Yeah, that's
why I'm cutting down.
Yeah.
Then if
It's
you can't keep
crazy
them
how
alive, I'm
there's
not even
some
going to
varieties
try.
of shrimp that there's so
I mean,
expensive.
with
The reds, I
water.
mean, the original 4 that I think I bought 5 from him, and one died, I think, shortly after we got home. And it was probably us mishandling the bag on the trip.
Oh.
But they made it
Speaking
all
of
this
someone
time.
who
It was
loves
something about
Reptiles
once
and
I mixed
shrimp,
them together,
Tim
they
walked
all
in,
went
yep.
down. But the reds, I'm having babies. I've had babies a couple of times. No, they don't have lots and lots of babies, but they do have some.
But you're keeping your population going. Look who just showed up, Rotala Tim.
Hey, Tim.
But that's
Tim, hello. Good to see you.
So Coro asks, thoughts on propagating and keeping different kinds of floaters separated. What would be the most efficient? Flowing water down a gutter or something? Separate tanks with minimal flow? I would say the latter because
separate tanks. If you have flowing water down a gutter and you have all of them in the same one, even if you put dividers or something, they're gonna mix together at some point.
Yeah, I mean, because I've seen people
and always
make
one floater is going to overtake the other ones.
Yeah.
Like one of them is going to grow a lot faster.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people do the rings out of airline tubing, but
it doesn't work. It doesn't last.
Not a long term.
They grow around it and up through it.
Duckweed for a while, but especially the bigger floaters, they'll find their way out instantly.
They just crawl right over.
And he meant separate gutters, but one water supply. That could work. You just reduce the flow in the tank.
Yeah.
If you have duckweed in one tank, it will somehow migrate to the other tanks, and you won't even.
Or if you have duckweed in 0 tank, it will somehow materialize in your tank. Because I've had that before. Where I had,
generation.
Yeah, I had no plants added for 8+ months. It was a completely clear top of the tank, so there was no way duckweed could hide in a corner or something. Suddenly, duckweed disappeared. 8 months
Where
of
did it
no
come
addition
from?
to the tank.
Did I send you any plants recently?
This was years ago. This was before I had a single of your plants. This was like 2016, 17 or something like that. When the tank I had. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
I recently got
time I didn't do
infested
nothing.
with it too.
You did give me duckweed once, but I did catch it and I threw it all out because I made sure to dip the plants in. Yes, that I know of.
I'm not good at growing duckweed. I never have been.
I envy that. Yes, I envy. Yes.
I don't know why. I don't have skills to grow it. I never have. It's okay.
I didn't know it took skills.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Well, you may have too much flow or something. I have it now. I'm actually saving it for the goldfish tank.
It is good for goldfish. Even in my ponds, I've never, it's never proliferated. So we better spin.
Of all the duckweed that I have ever grown and sent to other people, either intentionally or unintentionally, came from a single duckweed that was a hitchhiker on a plant
From who?
from I don't know. I maybe from the co-op, but like I was buying plants from so many different places during that time. I have no idea. I can't even pinpoint like who gave me the Wolfia either, but the Wolfia is gone.
Wolfie is much
Oh,
worse.
that's the
It's
worst.
probably
The
not gone.
Wolfie is
Steven.
worse than
Is it
duckweed.
really
It's
gone
pretty,
though?
Wolfia
It's
will
well, I
outlive
mean,
you.
how long? It's been well over a year, maybe even like a year and a half, 2 years
It
since
will
I've seen
outcompete
Wolfia.
it.
It
So
will,
Fathom
yeah.
Aquatics recommends that you add duckweed to your smoothies. Wolfia also very nutritious, very high
Just
in
make sure
protein.
it's not something from your tank that you're adding chemicals to. If it's an all natural tank that you don't have any chemicals, sure.
You can
But
rinse
Mhm.
it, like rinse it
you
in like a
can.
coffee filter.
And also be very
Oh, so if
careful
you're
when you're
siphoning
extracting the
water out the
duckweed. If you
tank
have
and you get a
fry in the tank,
mouthful,
you don't want guppy
It's
fry
your
in your
vegetable
stale
smoothie.
smoothie.
you just chew and swallow.
Yeah, I wouldn't like.
Oh, there's
I
some jokes
wouldn't
I could
drink.
say about that, but
Yeah, I don't
we're
think
not.
anyone should drink their tank water. Like, it's not a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
But you could.
Intentionally, unintentionally, of course, go for it. I mean, we've all done it. I probably inhaled some tank water over the weekend when I was doing water changes on my 5 gallons. So
I mean,
They don't have.
you college kids are always getting crazy on the weekends. I mean, who knows?
Now I hardly ever get water, but every once in
never
a
do.
while I do. But
I don't. I use the sink to start the siphon, so I don't ever. It's
Yeah.
never an issue. So, yeah.
Mike, I'm going to
but
answer your
I
question with flat out no. Do not. You have no
I mean, you
duckweed.
want
Should I?
some?
No.
I think you should probably. Most people. I've never. Most people do complain about it. If you have a goldfish, though, they do like to eat it. But yeah.
You got to make sure you're not feeding them
no,
too much beforehand. They got to get hungry to do it though.
So
but
Sarah asked
my
for a
goldfish doesn't pick it up off the
recommendation.
top. But when I pour more water in to add the water change, just top off, and it moves down to the bottom, he's after it like crazy. But if he's got to go to the top to get it, he's not going to go get it.
They're too lazy.
It's got to be right in front of them and with like with focal. Yeah, some
It's
fish
got
are
to
like that.
move.
Yep.
So Sarah
Oh.
asked for a source for shabunkins and other pond goldfish. I mean, I put feeder goldfish in my pond, and they're now like 6 years old. But I don't know what a good place to get goldfish from if you don't have a
Back
good
in the day, there used to be a couple of sites that you would buy goldfish from, but I haven't had a lot of goldfish. But every time I would either get like good feeder goldfish from the pet store because they had them very clean, or my local fish store had a really nice pond back in the
Oh,
day that
yeah.
they would have turtles and goldfish in that you could buy them from, and they were reasonably priced. They weren't like really expensive for the good-looking ones either. So I bought them from there.
Well,
Is
and maybe
Foxanne?
Stubbs Aquatics could give them some
Well, yeah,
pointers
that's
about where.
true. Is Foxanne spawning her blackmores? Because she has blackmores, and of course, fish from her are always like they're
Big
each is giving a kiss.
Mhm.
So that would be an option, but I don't know if she's spawning those or not. So yeah, I don't know what a good source is. If there's an Osama says Luke's Goldies on YouTube sells goldfishy breeds, so that's something you could check out.
Yeah, they're
Oh
not
yeah,
monkeys though.
I will say that for ponds, like the less fancy a goldfish is, the more
Yeah.
robust it is. I wouldn't keep like those bubble-eyed goldfish. I
Yeah,
don't know.
none of the well, you're
Pearl.
never gonna see them from the side. That's where the
Yeah.
fancy goldfish are meant to be looked at
Uh-huh.
from. You want the
Mhm.
slender, more natural looking
Yeah.
goldfish to keep. So
I have like run-of-the-mill pond feeder goldfish, and they are so hardy. They make it through the worst winters, and they're just fine.
My little fancy pretty ones all died.
Yep.
But
But-
because
the
their bodies have
Shabukins
been
made
compacted
it.
so much that it is easier for them to die because all of their organs are just smushed together. So they're
Yeah.
easier to get defects. Yeah.
And
They're coming in next year.
They are beautiful in a pond. I mean, they're really nice fish. So
Yeah, they're coming in.
I ain't got no goldfish. I ordered some rice fish for the pond though.
I love rice fish, and mine have survived the winters here. And
Sweet.
but my goldfish are like 6 years old, and they're still going. So, and they've made it through. I mean, we had one winter; it got down to -40 here. and it
No,
froze.
Jeff is
out.
breeding out the black Moors.
Okay.
Roxanne is not.
Okay. Well, maybe Jeff could maybe get you some fish. That would be good. So, and Foxanne says in a few weeks she'll ship. It's still she's in like north central Wisconsin. It's pretty cold
Yeah,
there. They are zoned
it was
4B for
cold.
gardening. So, like it's pretty cold up there still. Even though
They're
it's
staying
fall
out of the
spring.
minus. They're staying out of the minus temps now. So,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of been fall spring in the Midwest, but you can't trust it. You can't trust it. So, because she's about like more than an hour north of my sister in Madison. I think maybe 2 hours north. So,
All right, I agree, Annette. Let's spin.
we gotta spin.
Yeah.
The Zen Ginger.
All right,
Oh,
Zen
okay.
instructed that we have Fishfam link pick someone from chat. So I will
Okay.
type in that command if I have
Buddy,
it
why did
correctly.
you enter? You're giving one away.
she probably typed it to tell somebody what to type.
Zen wins all
Zen-
the time.
Zen, do the thing. Do the commands, and you know
Is it
how to do
FFL?
everything.
5 to 5
It's someone from chat, I think. If it's, it might be what I put in. If that's not what it is,
Yeah,
Oh.
so you're now 5A. That's good. So, because my parents are 5A in Iowa. So, yeah, my sister she got reclassified to 5B. So, I wasn't sure you had been reclassified.
FFL.
Most
We-
people think
Myrtle did it, and Fishfam link has randomly selected the 186 element.
yay!
So
congratulations.
there you go. And who should the winner email? I guess the donors
Steven.
will be sending money to. Well, the donors are sending money to Grant, and Grant will be distributing the gift card codes.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Can we just email?
So-
Can you just email Grant?
Yes.
Do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Email Grant and maybe like tag Steven in the email as a CC or something, so that
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So-
just so that Steven has another email to read, because he needs more emails to read.
Yeah.
So here's
He
Steven's
sent all the
email,
codes to
and
you,
then
Stephen, already.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, never mind then. Yes, then yeah, me, Stephen P 2003 at fishfam.link, and I will send you one of the codes. Cool.
Cool.
Easy peasy.
And Grant, make sure that you give Steven your PayPal address so I can give you money.
Yeah. And so yeah, that was Mike, that was just Zen's because she wanted to re-gift hers randomly. So that's the first winner is all we have right now. Now this is winner number 2.
Sketty Nona.
Scatty Nona.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Congratulations.
Email me.
Your shrimp will be eating good.
Okay.
And your
winner
mystery snails.
And your snails and your fish because they like it too.
They sure do.
And if you're feeling
Okay.
frisky, you can try them too.
Thank God. Because I've already forgotten.
Yep. All winners email me and all donors PayPal Grant. Anyway, winner number 3 is
Fathom Aquatics.
Fathom Aquatics. Congrats, Alex. Email me.
Congratulations.
Winner number 4.
Master Aquatics Just C.
Eduardo, email me.
Congratulations.
I didn't even know you were here, Eduardo. Hello.
Yeah, he popped in.
I
I
like
took
how
forever
it
to spin the wheel, so I don't know who all is still here.
I like how the wheel just gave up on Eduardo's full name. It's just too
After a
much.
certain length, I think it stops. Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I'll go 3 words. That's it.
Okay, well, we on no winner number 5
Number
now.
5. Yep.
We're
Yep.
spinning? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Annette.
Plushie Aquatics 3.
Yay!
Christopher,
Yay,
congrats.
Christopher.
Send me
Congratulations.
an email. Stephen P. 2003 at
Autocorrect keeps.
fishfam.link.
Yep. Roxanne says autocorrect keeps changing. Congrats to vibrate.
Oh my! Well then,
Oh my goodness.
that and the boob massager. Oh dear.
Yay for
Okay,
those,
so
big
our
boy.
winners so far have been 186 Element,
Yep.
Sketty, Eduardo, and Fathom and Plushie. So we got one
Yep.
more spin.
One more.
Uno más. J. Oliver.
Whips World.
Whips World.
Yay!
You know my email.
Congratulations, Whip.
Whip, do you have any tiny creatures?
Awesome.
He's gonna feed his monster fish.
He didn't he lose his
I
last
mean, they
shrimp,
gotta
but I
eat their
don't think I think he's gonna try it again.
They'll eat it.
monster fish can have to eat their vegetables too, right?
It's true. They'll eat it.
Yeah. They'll go through a pack, like one pack of snail cookies with one in one.
Every
Just
fish
eat a snail
seems to
cookie
like
in one chomp.
the cookies and the Snello.
I guess Grant will capitalize on that too. Like monster fish need vegetables too, so he can make like big ass pellets for the
Yeah.
monster fish to eat. Yeah.
Whip can be like he can
A
Whip
brick.
can be an affiliate for his monster fish food.
Then the drug people probably beat down his door thinking he's mailing cocaine or something because it's a big chunk. So get ready, Grant.
And Grant said if inventory on a product you want is out of stock, just check it out or email. I put inventory counts to prevent overselling. So yeah, he's gonna have to. He has more snail cookie cooking to do.
Nice. Was that everybody? Was that 6?
That was it. No 6.
Yay! Well, that was pretty fun.
So we have a few
that
minutes.
was
Didi,
nice.
what else you got going on in the finned in?
Well, like I said, I'm making that big change on the relieving of the pressure of doing the work. But I've also, underneath my terrarium stand that I built, I have 2 10-gallons below that. And then on the very floor, there was room for some little teeny tiny, square cubes. So they're down there. And I think they're going to
Nice.
grow moss.
That's nice. Yeah,
I think
it's pretty easy to maintain that. So you don't have to do a
It's
lot
like
of
it's a
siphoning in that
perfect
tank.
spot.
It's low. Yeah.
Something that because I really have to get down on the floor to tend to those. And I don't know that. The flu ball spec 5 or whatever that thing is. I think you have one, Stephen.
Yeah. Well, no, I did, but it cracked, and so I tossed it.
Well, that one's empty right now, and I only have a few tanks that I can get one of those aquarium vinyl backdrops because most of the tanks I can't get to the back of them. So I'm going to order one of those for that, and I have 2 more little small ones. They're not Fluval, the same brand, but they're the Aquatop little lookalikes. I'm going to order those for that and make it really pretty, I'm going to do the mangrove root looking one and one of the mermaid looking caves for one. So that's on the things to do.
Cool.
And I've got some plants I want. Oh, have you noticed? Well, I don't know if any of these videos picked it up, but I've been labeling on the tank where my new plants are coming in so I can learn what they are, like, oh yeah, because they're like right there behind this label. So I've started that, and I've got a little bookshelf plant farm. It's real small, like a little 6 or 7 gallon, but it lets me watch the plants and kind of learn their names. Nice. And so I've been trying to do that, and I am growing out. I know it may sound silly, but a spider plant, because I don't have much luck with spider plants.
They do really good growing out of tanks.
Well, this one is still in the pot that it came in, but it's doing really good. And also orchids. I've got
Nice.
an orchid, and those little African violet, the minis, are doing fantastic. They're very stiff and standing up, like, yay, look at us, we're erect. And yeah, I can just take a picture of one leaf and send it to Myrtle for plant identification.
There's
If I
context
win the
behind that.
lottery, I'm going to fly Myrtle here and let him redo every tank and tell me what every plant is in every tank.
That's a good
I'd be
plan.
glad to. I want to make it to your fish tank someday. Yeah.
Myrtle will
So-
do anything for a grilled cheese sandwich. Just make him a
Well, I-
sandwich, put him to
I
work.
can make
Just
him
make sure
all
you
the
have
grilled
tomato soup
cheeses
with
at
it, yeah.
once. But yeah, I've been doing that, and so this year it's just going to be concentrating on easy tanks and making them pretty.
Yeah.
And because I don't know really anything about aquascaping, I just plot and plant. But I'm
Good.
even considering maybe the clash. I'm not jumping on it in case if there's people that really want to do it.
Jump
But
on
if
it.
At
a certain
Jump
point,
on
if
it.
there's still a
Jump on
spot, I
it.
might just do it because hey, everybody else's tanks will look better at that point. But it's like I'm not afraid to make a fool of myself. Y'all seen that? Y'all
I've
know.
heard.
I not necessarily like there was a whole mix of skill levels who entered that scape contest.
That is a true
I mean,
statement.
and I don't think Shelby has entered the contest yet, so that means other people might have a chance of winning.
I don't think there's any way she could, because I know how busy you are as a speaker, because I spoke last year. There's just no way. There's no way. So,
Yeah, what I saw this morning or on Usama's thing, only one YouTuber. Of course, I know Shady Grady's probably signed up by now. So
yeah, Big Steve signed up. I think he's the only
Steve?
YouTuber.
so they haven't.
That don't
sold
mean
out.
they won't.
Oh, Didi, did you
But-
see that? Brooklyn's
Yes.
she'll mentor you. She'll be your sensei, grasshopper.
Helping is allowed. You and Brookley could be a
You
team.
can have a team
Oh,
actually.
you should totally,
Mhm.
Berkeley. You should totally be a team with Didi. You guys would have so much fun.
But our aquarium club actually brought in a scaper, and while he did it, it was like an hour-long thing just in a small tank. But he explained why he did, like why he pointed the rock a certain way, and that really helped. Actually, instead of somebody just showing you a pretty, oh, I'm doing it, and it comes out really pretty. He explained some things about why you might want to do it this way, so you understood. And it's like, okay, that kind of connected with me because I could see it and hear it at the same time. So yeah, maybe as I'm watching this stuff, it'll make a little bit more sense now because I realize why he chose the route that he did for that particular tank. It's like, oh, okay. Of course, I know they're all different. But
that helped me a lot too, was learning like those objective rules of aquascaping, like what an endpoint is, a focal point, layers, that kind of thing. And then it helped me make something, like I was telling Zen and Usama stream, it helped me make something that I don't hate, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know all this about layers, and that's the thing I do not understand is what kind of plants get a certain height. And that's why I like Keith's unboxings. You don't think of him as being an aquascaper or anything, but he talks about these plants are going to get about this, and I write things down. Oh, I want to get this, I want to get these, because
I mean, a lot
write
of
little sticky notes.
a lot of being a good aquascaper is just
That'll
finally
work.
knowing what size plants will grow. And I mean, I'm not trying to make a mountain scene here, but I know what's going to be small, what's going to be medium, and what's going to be large. And also you want to the most important thing is to focus on your mid-ground. Like a strong mid-ground is the key to a good aquascape.
Yeah, I've never been successful at all with foreground at all.
Yeah.
Everything in mine gets pushed to the back,
Yeah.
So you have to learn. So,
that's I mean, the other thing is making sure that what you are planting and it does well in your setup. Not only that, but also like you want to put in the work to maintain it, because it's gonna make it sustainable.
Does a plan fit in your schedule is something that is rarely talked about. But if your schedule is I work 19 hours a day, I only have 5 hours at home, I'm not going to be putting 17,000 species of potent plants in the tank. I'm going to be putting rhizomes and other epiphytes and stuff that will grow slowly. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
Schedule.
I mean, I have grown a beautiful lawn of Monte Carlo. It looked amazing. It was green. It was thick and lush. No, it's the trimming it is, it's just it's so annoying. I don't want to do it anymore.
Mhm.
So, but over time you learn, oh, hair grass is actually pretty easy to maintain, and Marsilea is pretty easy to maintain. So let's do that instead.
Now I do love to get those scissors out and cut plants. I do
Yeah.
love to do that.
Well,
Yeah.
then you and I have different personalities because I hate trimming. I don't like it.
I've never had to do it really, so
Yeah.
you
And
know,
that's its
it's
own
one of
skill. Like getting good at trimming artistically is a skill because you can build those beautiful little bushes of rotala where they, have layers of
Yeah,
stems
shape them out.
and that
Yep.
takes time to
Yep, you got to
develop.
know exactly where to cut, and you also have to anticipate your next cut. So you can't just know where to make your
Yep.
first cut. You have to position it low enough or high enough, depending on what you're doing, so that the next time you cut, it's where you want it to look. Or by the time it gets filled out, you want to. Yeah.
Well, is there such a thing as an online dojo where you can pick the size of your tank and you can pick the plant and drag it and drop it, and that way you can see what it would actually
Not
look
for
like?
plants, but there are scaping boxes for hardscape where you can.
Oh,
Well, they
that's
have the
cool.
footprints. Yeah, they have footprints,
Mhm.
and then you can just put your hardscape in and see where it would fit in the tank before you buy it. So
That's cool. Coral Works suggests that we read bonsai books. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. because they're
And
working
I
on the
used to do
macro
bonsais.
scale,
That's
and yeah.
fun.
And gardening books are, books on garden design. Those are also really helpful. Just in general, learning about principles of drawing and design, it all translates. But
Yep,
I
and
don't
if you're
trust
not
people.
much of a text-based learner, you can watch videos on other people doing their scapes because they're
Yeah,
using the fundamentals in their scapes too. They might not say what fundamentals they're using, but you'll notice, hey, they put the big plants in the back, so you'll learn that all
yeah.
big plants should be in the back or in a specific corner. And never put two colors, similar colors together. If they are similar colors, make sure they're different textures. Yeah.
Geek Boy suggests that you watch all the manscaping videos you can.
Well, now I
Okay.
have been chat shamed by Shady
Oh,
Grady. So
oh,
as
Uh-oh.
soon as this live stream's over, I guess I'm gonna have to go. If there's a spot, I'm gonna have to go get it.
Yes.
yay!
And Scotty, I
So
believe, has
hurry up and get them, y'all.
started his
Hurry up,
stream.
bye,
So
bye.
Started, so everybody
let's all go
Scotty.
to Scotty. And well,
All
Nathan had
right,
a
real
quick
quick
question
before we
about
move to
the
Scotty about the air stones and sponge filters. Yeah. So I
yeah.
would recommend you put air stones in sponge filters because if you don't and you just have regular, just plain old airline going in, it's more of a glug 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 like it's not a consistent pattern, so you're not going to be having a
Mhm.
good enough suction. If you have fine bubbles that are going in a solid, consistent stream, you'll have a more consistent suction to the flow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the uplift tube from Co-op. I mean, to each their own.
I mean, I
I'm a
don't
fan
really
of
like
it though.
sponge filters, so I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
but
All right, so this should automatically redirect to Scotty's stream. So everyone just stand
Yeah.
by, and we'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming, y'all.
And thank
Thanks
you
for having
for
me.
everyone who gave memberships and
Indeed.
donated
And
prizes.
thank you, Didi, for coming
Yep.
over.
Thank you so much.
Didi.
We love
Yep.
you so much, Didi.
We can't wait for the
Love y'all
next time you're
too.
going to be on. What are your plans?
We gotta get you to be
We've
the
had
first timer.
Anytime, honestly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Honestly,
We love
whenever
you.
you're free, Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern, just let us know.
Yep.
We'll have you on.
Just crash the stream.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
show up unannounced. Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
That's
See you
great.
later.
All right,
Bye,
bye.
everyone.